Or someone else can give a recap. That
I
sounds
vote
fine.
Josh.
I think Josh is dead.
It broke. My bad. Are we good now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, I'm in.
Recap, Josh. Recap it.
Starting wise. All
Yeah.
right. So let's do this. Where are we at? What happened last time? So last time we started off right after Irina wanted to go and look at a lake because she had it in a dream, which was strange with everything going on. Seemed kind of weird to want to go to a creepy lake, but whatever. We eventually ended up making it to Valakai, and outside we noticed that a bunch of her people were kind of just stuck, just sitting out there like a bunch of bums, not of their own choice. Then she got real pissed because she's like, what the fuck is going on here? Why are you guys stuck out here? Then we split the group. Both Quaint and I stayed with Irina, and then everyone else went to the front gate to try to get in, see what was going on. They were able to pay because somehow they have money to get inside, and they realized that, oh, the guards are taking money to get in. This is great. Then we were able to make it inside via some very sweet spells and giving us the password, so we didn't have to pay shit. 10 out of 10 on Kane's part. After that, Irina was still very pissed off, and we decided, since we'd been kind of... the bird also flew over the wall to get in. Didn't even matter. After getting back inside getting into the town, we all met up, got some information on where to go to get the toy for the kid, and then we decided, since it was kind of late and getting dark, we should go and see what we could do at the inn. We then went to the inn, got some food, got some free food, which was pretty sweet because those people are super nice, which is weird. And then I believe we were going to go to sleep at the end. And I think that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Me and Rura also got bit by a werewolf.
Yep.
And me.
Fuck, I thought
And
that was
Quaint.
the time before that. I thought the fight was before that in the previous session.
Nope.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was the previous session. Well, we now confirmed 100% that you guys got bit by werewolves.
Oh, yeah.
There was also some very rowdy people that sort of showed up. And we learned that Theb also learned that he could sell them some wolf pelts that he's been carrying around that are probably super gross at this point.
No, they're not super gross because it's only been a day.
Still probably pretty damn gross, though.
And then you guys saw another side of Kane that you hadn't seen before.
Oh yeah, nice Kane. I forgot.
You know what I'm talking about.
And then for some reason, Theb decided to go over there and scare the people into eating the small bananas.
Made the child cry.
He made a child cry.
But then they
Yeah.
ate it, and it was the happiest day of their lives.
Yep.
Yeah, see, at least I don't make children cry.
Not that you don't want to.
Oh, right. And then there was also the fact that
Kane doesn't.
Kane said he would kill a child.
No, I would backhand a child.
He would kill a child.
Backhand.
Oh, man. It's like I can hear him for some reason.
I don't remember that part, to be honest.
I said I would backhand a child. I don't remember why, though.
I don't know the context. I mean, to be fair, John probably doesn't need a context, but like...
It was probably something to do with thievery. I'm going with thievery.
You know, I wish I wrote down notes on exactly why.
I honestly don't remember that part at all.
Oh, no, I remember, because what Irene's just like, oh, will you kill anyone who comes up to you, even a child? And then Kane's just like, yeah, I'm a backhand child.
That's right.
If they attacked me. I would
Wasn't-
backhand a child.
Oh yeah, she's still pissed at us for fighting that
Killing
crazy
the
dude that tried
stick.
to attack you.
She's a bit more pissed elsewhere, though.
Yeah, currently, but I mean,
They attacked
If
us,
she
right?
forgets, she forgets.
to be fair, you go close to a traumatized person like that, and you start waving fucking shit in their face. They're probably gonna attack you.
Who's traumatized?
You are.
Sorry.
You are.
If you're going towards adventurers in a really fucked up land, like I don't know, this place, waving a stick at them and screaming at them, you should probably expect to get attacked.
Yeah.
Well, after some crazy dreams recounting the past couple of days, you guys wake up the next morning feeling just refreshed. You had great meals last night. You had a pretty decent night's rest. And as you guys are preparing your belongings to head out for the day, a gentle tap echoes off the door of the room where Rothan, Theb, and Kane are sleeping.
I'll answer the door.
At the door stands Erwin, the gentleman who owns the inn along with his wife. Good morning. How was your sleep?
Surprisingly well.
Ah, that's perfect. I love to hear that. Um, before you head on out, I was hoping maybe we could have word in private.
Like our room, private?
Yeah, and if you wouldn't mind inviting the ladies of your party too. This is a whole group word.
All right, come on in. I'll cast message and point at the ladies' room and tell them to come over.
Oh my God, where is that coming from?
I will message Rua, not the queen.
She
Or
doesn't
starts
respond.
He just starts bouncing around the fucking room. What the fuck?
Is the door haunted again?
Rua is dead asleep. Like, Rua ain't
It's the
responding.
morning.
When there's no
Oh,
response.
wait, it's not morning?
It is morning. If
Oh,
there
no,
is
then
no
she's
response,
asleep.
I will message Quaint.
Okay.
Quaint, wake Rua up. Come over to our room.
Who's this? Who's talking?
Cast it again. Quaint, this is Kane. You know I can do this. Please come to our room.
I like, Rua, you're asleep, right?
Yeah.
I jump on our bed.
I cast Eldritch Blast on the ceiling.
Just
All right.
fire off wildly.
As you guys are standing there, Erwin's kind of just staring at you like he doesn't realize you're casting message, so he's kind of like just waiting patiently.
I'll just stare at him and
then
smile.
hears a thud and turns around and well, I assume that must be them.
Clank, get off me!
I'll go
If
get
there's
them.
any damages,
It's on them. I'll turn around and go to their
yep.
room.
All right, yeah. Oh, okay.
They've been through some shit the past couple of days. We all
Knock on
have.
the door.
You know,
I
I
hop
can't
off of
trust
the
that.
Rua and throw the door open.
What are you two doing?
You you just see me like in pain on the floor, like a smoldering pink thing in the ceiling.
And I just go strutting out and like skipping
You're
out
paying
like,
for this.
ooh, what's this?
At that moment, Erwin's like face kind of relaxes a bit, and he just kind of chuckles. He's like, "Well, I'll be darned. Whether they're skin covered or feather covered, kids will be kids."
I'm not a kid. Oh. Oh yeah, she gets up. What's Irene doing
Hold
this whole
the door open.
time?
Poor Irina's like, what the hell? She's like cowering in the corner.
But he holds the door open until everybody enters into the room, and then walks in and closes it. I just, first of all, thank you very much for choosing our establishment. We hope that you had a great meal last night and that you're well rested. We don't get a lot of outsiders around here, so I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up to kind of tread carefully around the town here. It's been a hard life around here. There's some different ideologies about how we can protect ourselves.
Never mind.
It's been um the Baron has been a little excessive in his law enforcement as he's ramping up for the festival in the next couple of days here. So I'd just suggest, probably lay low. Maybe no more booms in other places. Um, yeah,
Is that what you wanted to
just
talk to us
kind of
about?
well that's what I wanted to talk to you about was just giving you a heads up of, just if you see anything about any of the festivals, even though it may look weird, just do your best to have an open mind and not. Well, hell, I don't know how to do this beat around the bush thing. You don't want to say anything bad about the festivals because then the Baron will probably lock you up.
Is that
Pardon?
why you want to talk in private?
There's a bear.
Yes, because if anybody else hears me giving warnings about, hey, don't talk bad about the festivals, then they might think that I'm talking bad about the festivals. And I just, I don't need a mess. Um, but yeah, and also look out for the Baron's henchman, Izek. He's got a big history of violence. He's pretty much the Baron's attack dog. Um, but if you see them, just try to steer clear.
Is there anything strange in general that goes on in this festival? The Festival of the Blazing Sun, right?
Yeah, we haven't had this one before.
Eh?
Last week it was, what was it? The Wolf's Head Jamboree.
Mhm.
The thing you need to know about this city is that we have a festival just about every week. It's always something new, and I don't know. The Baron seems to think that the festivals help keep the Devil Strahd at bay. Others disagree. Most of us townsfolk here consider it to all just be a dismal affair, but we go so we don't get arrested or put in the stocks.
So you'd be arrested for not going to the festival?
Yep. If you don't go to the festival and someone finds out, if you speak ill about any of the festivals and Baron finds out, if you so much as uh, don't look like you're having a good time. Basically, he thinks that these uh, festivals create joy, and if everyone here is joyous, then the Devil's Rod can't reach us.
Wait, was that why was that why everybody last night were laughing like that?
Probably. No, no. That was everyone just cutting loose.
Ah,
That was it. It's not too often that we get a traveling storyteller like Rictavo here. Um, Basically the only entertainment that we have are these festivals. Um, so that was a pretty unique moment. It doesn't happen here too often.
hmm.
Okay. Don't say anything about the festival.
Yeah, if you guys are unfortunate enough to run into that Baron though, um, I hear he's pretty susceptible to flattery. He loves pruning his own feathers, so if you want to get on his good side, just get that nose brown a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Ugh.
You guys put your nose in poop?
Why would you assume poop? Brown
Because
could
it's
be gravy.
brown.
Um,
She doesn't
he's
have a
kind of
nose.
like
I don't think she'll
pondering
get
for a
it.
moment.
We'll talk with her a little later.
All right, yeah. But just be careful. That was all. You guys seem like good folks, so I'd hate for you to just kind of not have an understanding about the festivals and say the wrong thing to the wrong person and end up in the stocks. Plus, if you're in the stocks, y'all can't come back here tonight.
That's true.
Yeah, no.
This was much appreciated, Erwin.
No problem at all. Um, Sorry to interrupt your morning. I'll let you all get back to it. If you guys find that you're feeling a little bit hungry, by all means, come on down. Danica is getting some muffins out of the oven, I think, and we got some breakfast sausages and some eggs for those who are so inclined.
Wait, I just realized something. What does the Baron look like anyway?
Oh, yes, the Baron. Um, he is. He's like thinking. You can tell by the look on his face, he is trying to carefully select his words.
If
Um,
it makes you feel better, Kane, can you do message and then he could just telepathically tell us with
no,
ease?
no, it's okay. This is good practice. Um, he is a man who is as large in life as he is in presence.
He's a
Um,
big guy.
yep,
He has a big
and
heart.
A lot of him to go around. Got it.
there we go. That I like it. That's a good one. I'm gonna keep that one, sir. Put that in my little notebook. Um, it's hard to miss him. He usually travels around with some sort of entourage. Uh, his dog is it? I mean, his right hand man
Grand handman, okay.
is generally with him. He has a couple dogs that follow him around too sometimes.
Actual
But
dogs.
really, sorry, what was that?
Like actual dogs.
Oh yeah. They're two big old Maine looking things. Um, but you will not be able to miss him. It's always a sight to see.
All right. Can we ask? Is, is his house as grand as we would assume it is?
Yes,
Yeah.
there is
Okay.
a large mansion. It is, if you just exit out the doors here and you just make left past that first intersection, you'll see there the road kind of forks a little bit, and his house is like set up right there in the middle of that fork.
So this one? Oh, over there. Wait. Which way is the front? Does the front door go out to this road?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
Okay.
So it's this.
Yep. This
Yep.
big ass house.
Alright.
All right, blowing that one up.
I was genuinely
Oh.
thinking it was going to be this right here.
Mm.
Hold on. Speaking of houses, do you happen to know where the oh god, what was the church called?
I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't.
I have the stockyard name, but I don't have the church name.
St. Angels.
St. Angels.
Wasn't it this
Andrels.
one?
Andral.
Angels.
Yes.
It was this one, right?
Yep.
Or was it not that one? Yeah.
Oh, it was that one. Okay. Let me write that down. Thank you.
All right. My headset is yelling at me, so give me just a second to swap this battery.
St. Andrew's Church is the purple one.
Quick, plan while the DM can't hear us.
I'm gonna kill that guy.
Who has fireball?
Fireball.
Big green.
All right. With that, he gives you guys a little salute off his head, and then got other patrons to take care of. If you guys need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Danica and I'd be more than happy to help you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good one. Then he walks off.
As soon as he leaves and is out of earshot, Rothon is going to immediately go over to Quaint and get right in front of her. And just like kneel down to her eye level.
Ah!
Okay. Please do not, while we're here in town, speak anything bad about this festival or the Baron douchebag, whatever his name is.
But we're not
Just-
gonna kill him.
No.
What?
Just don't speak it out loud or where anyone can hear you. Mostly the
Okay.
festival part.
What if I whisper?
That's fine. Just do it quietly, yeah.
You really need to
Just-
say something, let me know. And I'll start a whisper between us.
There you go. Perfect. It's just
I didn't mean that kind of whisper. That's boring.
Jeez.
I feel like you tend to speak your mind a lot. And that's great. But when we could possibly get thrown into jail for just saying this festival sucks.
Oh, he said it. Not me. It was him. And then I walked out, run down the stairs to find food.
At least she's not yelling that
I'ma
she did
be-
it, Rothon.
I think that went over well, I hope.
No, that went over terribly.
I
We're gonna
tried.
die.
Yeah. Look, if she
Let me
gets us
rephrase
thrown in the
that.
stockades,
She's gonna die.
If she gets us thrown in the stockades, I'm out.
I'll leave her there. I don't mind.
I'm telling
As long as she's safe. I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. That did not go where I thought it was going.
What?
Why?
I thought you were gonna tell her, please don't stick your beak in anyone's butt.
No.
Well, now she's going to, though.
Rotha was not thinking that far. No, he just immediately was like, she is gonna say this festival sucks or something out loud, and we're gonna get thrown in jail.
No, but see, I think you're understanding that she is sort of a child, but you're not understanding the fact that she has not seen any of this stuff ever before, so she will be excited as fuck for this festival.
Well, what I mean, we don't know if this
Okay.
festival's gonna be great.
Theb can
or
chaperone
really
her. It'll be fine.
Really shitty.
Theb, you have to make sure that she doesn't fly around.
Starts talking, shove a goodberry down her throat, all right?
How am I gonna do that?
Just fill her up. Just have her eat a bunch of good berries so she's super
But she-
full.
She's an owl. She owls gotta fly.
No,
Put her in a
wait.
food
You know how
coma?
sometimes they tie a string to a June bug?
What?
No, I don't. Please elaborate.
Please don't elaborate. What are you doing to those poor June bugs?
That's better than what I would do. I used to
Wait.
flick them off the screen door and see how far I can make them fly.
Oh God.
There was a fence, so if you dinged the fence, you got points.
Playing darts with June bugs?
Yeah, they don't do anything. They're fine.
Right.
Breakfast then?
To the
Nope.
breakfast in church.
Sure. We need to get you guys cured as quick as possible.
I should note that the bird was like up and fully dressed and everything before jumping on Rua. So she went down to find food, already ready to go, as opposed to.
Oh, right. I'm in my jammies. I'll be right back.
Rothod's been up and dressed and ready to go for about 4 hours because elf.
Me too.
It's early.
But not because
Early morning bastards.
Been morning for quite a while for me. It's okay.
I mean, you could have stayed up for 4 hours and then did your thing.
No, you probably would have passed out immediately.
So we're all heading downstairs.
Yeah.
All right.
When we get to the bottom of the stairs, I'll run back upstairs saying I forgot my bag.
Okay.
And then come back down momentarily after.
Oh, Irina, do you mind giving us that gold for the toy thing?
Yes. No problem. She hands over the 10 gold for you.
Thank you. And
You're welcome.
so we were thinking of going to the church. What will you do?
Well, I believe technically you guys had promised to deliver me to the church in the city. So I'll go ahead and walk with you. Just you are nice people, and I want you to keep your promises, you know. And then probably after that, I will go find the Baron and see if I can have a word.
I feel like she's lying out of her ass because yesterday she was disgusted from all of us. But
yeah, she's probably cooled down, and that helps.
Insight check.
My character's not. She's gonna take that for her word.
My character's happily stuffing her mouth with
you
holy
ain't
shit.
Yeah.
Rothon's so insightful.
Rothon's like, yeah, I trust everything she said ever.
You sure you don't want us to be there with your talk with the very grandiose Baron?
It is probably something that she kind of eyes quaint as you guys walk into it. Probably better I do this myself.
Don't get thrown in jail.
If I'm elbowing Rothon for that. If you ever need anything, just let us know then.
Perfect, will do. And then perhaps, I don't know, meet here for dinner or something?
Sounds good. To the breakfast.
What the hell did you elbow me for?
Your face is so suspicious. Cool it down.
What are you talking about?
You look like you were staring daggers at her. But what gives?
I'm trying to figure out. Look, she was pissed off at us yesterday, and now she's not necessarily pissed, but it's like, no big deal.
I was pissed off at Quaint for waking me up. You still think I'm angry at her?
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, you do call
That's
call her.
This is a very
food.
bad example, but you know what I mean.
No, I don't. She seemed very mad at us for a good chunk of yesterday.
Good chunk, but now it's the morning. Yesterday was yesterday. Today was yesterday's today. So let's just go.
Well, let's gonna stand there for like a full minute, just looking like a broken down computer processing, and then he'll just finally just go.
He pulled a Varric, didn't he?
Straight up, just for a couple seconds.
It's tomorrow, so let's go.
All right. As you guys all get gathered up, Danica comes out, offers you some freshly baked, either kind of like a honey bran style muffins. There's some sausages and eggs available.
It should be noted that Quaint is happily chowing down on eggs, which, good luck trying to figure that one out, guys.
I mean, it's
Although
not your
chickens
eggs.
also eat their own eggs.
Yeah, I mean, you're
To that,
They
an
what?
person, so
a few minutes later, Erwin comes out with a small bowl and just sets it on the table next to Quaint. And he just gives you a little wink. He's like, I know what you know, darling. And then walks away.
Huh?
What's in the bowl?
Raw meat scraps.
Quaint swallows the rest of the egg that she is completely devouring and then goes straight for the scraps of meat.
Once in a while, I will be casting prestidigitation on her.
She's not dirty. She just dribbles some raw meat sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
Also, Shauna, I didn't know, but familiars can't actually attack.
Base familiars can't. No.
This is a weird place. You've never known your familiar to do that before, and you don't know if it will ever do it again. It was just a strange, weird happenstance.
well played.
Well played indeed.
All right. You guys chomp, chomp, chomp your breakfast. It's delicious and it's yummy. And Theb is really excited because they're honey brand muffins, and he can taste the honey.
Oh man.
And starts talking about like the kind of nuances of the honey inside the bran, and like the kind of goes off on a little bit of a tangent about like, oh, you can taste if it's like orange blossom flavor, then that means the bees were over by orange trees, and this honey is particularly unique, and it just, Theb is doing Theb things. You wrap up your breakfast, and the day is yours. Were you guys heading to the church is what you decided, right?
I want to try to sleight of hand steal 10 gold from Rua.
Go for
You
it.
don't know I have it.
Didn't you ask Irina in front of everybody?
Oh, did I? Oh. Sleight of hand, 18.
What's your passive perception?
Let me check. Ah, damn it.
Pretty sure.
And I don't notice.
All right. You have 10 more gold, Quaint.
Yes.
Everybody mark in your notes that Quaint is now carrying Irina's 10 gold.
I've got it. But I just want to see Rua's look of complete terror. When
So mean. Wait, what's my familiar's passive perception? Hold on.
But your familiar's inside your cloak in the front, right? Where do you keep your coins?
Her familiar is inside her cloak in the front. Her pink snake thing.
I bet you my snake's bigger, so. Snake, cloak. Wait. Shit! Oh no!
I don't think the cloak has anything to do with their stats.
I wrote cloak like 3 times. God dang it.
Stats of a snake?
Never mind. It don't notice either.
Hey, Dowd has it.
The snake familiar is too busy chowing down on eggs too,
Nope.
I guess.
Yeah. No, nobody notices.
Definitely not me.
But it was super sneak.
Nope.
I don't think anyone's passive perception is 18. I think the highest might be 16. Um. All right. As you guys exit the inn, tummy's full.
What
You
is
find the street.
Blinsky? Sorry,
The
the toy
maker.
store. Sweet.
Um. As you guys exit the inn, you find the street is full of townsfolk, just going about their normal day-to-day businesses, chores, whatever it is that they're doing. It's a lot different than when you guys arrived at dusk the night before, where the streets were dead. The sound of a whinnying horse rings from down the street, and suddenly all the people around you freeze and fall silent. A small procession is making its way through the city from the south, heading towards your direction. It's not long before you see a large, portly man with thick jowls and thinning hair sitting atop a chestnut horse. He's flanked by two large mastiffs. Following behind is a stern-looking bald man with a scar, a very huge, prominent scar across his face. That looks like it was a deep gash, and now it just red, like ripples knit it closed from his eyebrow down to his chin. But as prominent as that scar is, what's even more prominent, as he walks with his arms swinging proudly, you notice that one of the arms is much, much larger than the other. It's almost twice the size, with deep red skin and black claw-like nails at the end. Behind him, two towns guard flank either side, ending this procession. Continues making its way up the street, and you guys catch a flutter of movement. A frightened looking woman wearing threadbare commoner's clothes just stumbled away from the horse and fell into a puddle of mud a few feet away from the procession, um, causing the horse and the others to come to an abrupt halt. You guys see the bald man's devilish arm is standing outstretched in her direction. The man on the horse looks down. Ugh, you should know better than to touch me with your filthy peasant hands. You got mud upon my cloak. The woman crawls through the mud and bows her head down, sobbing. Sir, I'm sorry, my lord. I apologize. I was just trying to get your attention. I want to see if perhaps you could release Udo. He was just making a joke. He didn't mean the things that he said. He's just a boy. That boy needs rehabilitation for his malicious unhappiness. It's the least I can do to help spread the joy around here is to give those a lesson who try to defy that. Perhaps you don't seem so joyous yourself either. I suppose maybe you need a little rehabilitation too. Isaac, a few days in the stocks untighten her tongue. The woman screams, "No, Lord, I meant no harm. It was just a question." And the bald man walks forward and grabs the woman and kind of roughly pushes her towards the guards behind, and they start leading her away as she's sobbing. As this happens, none of the townsfolk, nobody's moving, nobody's speaking, nobody does anything. Many of them are averting their eyes, pretending as if this isn't even happening. Few are watching with just blank looks on their faces. The Baron turns to the crowd. Let that be a lesson as to the dangers of malicious unhappiness. The devil's hand is long, but our joy shall overcome his shadow. All is well. The townsfolk all kind of echo back. Very monotone. All is well. The man on his horse continues down the road.
Is it just the 2 guards leading the woman away?
Yes.
So wait, we're right outside the inn, right?
Yeah, you guys had just exited. You're right about here. The procession was coming up the road here, and that interaction happened kind of like in.
And where are they
this,
leading lady to?
They are leading her back down south, the way the procession came.
Okay. Well, I'm going to run just through the backs of these houses, just kind of out of the way of everyone, and try to catch up and go run parallel with the guards that are leading her way.
Okay.
Do I notice that he's doing this?
I'm not like stealthing away from the party, but I am trying to stay like unnoticed by the procession.
Okay, I fly up into the air and.
Can you just roll a stealth for trying to avoid the procession's notice?
I guess I will also roll stealth.
You'd stealth by flying straight up into the air.
I'm gone.
What an owl!
She just looks like a normal bird.
Right? What an owl!
Nobody's gonna question it.
Yeah, you're able to break away.
Okay. And then doing whatever I have to do to go through like the back alleyways, climb whatever I have to climb to get through, just to run parallel with him, just to keep an eye on him.
Okay. In this village, fences aren't really a thing between the houses. There are a few. They're few and far between. But it's mostly just kind of open land, so it's pretty easy to run between them. You run down, you catch glimpses through the houses, so you can match the pace of the guards. Okay. Are you attempting to intervene at any point, or are you just observing?
I'm watching them until it's only the 2 guards and the woman, and then I'll intervene if that's possible.
All right. That would be right about here.
Okay.
They're just dragging her. She's crying. They don't say anything.
What do I? When it looks like they're alone, I will pop out and cast sleep.
Okay.
Are they like leading like her in front or behind, in between?
In between. She's not necessarily fighting, but she's not making it easy. She's kind of just went ragdoll. So they're holding on. Each one is holding on to an arm, but they're kind of dragging her feet along the road.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pop out and cast sleep then on them. Unfortunately, she's in the way, so she'll take the first. I don't know. It'll be cast at. Do I only have first level spells? Yeah, so first level.
Okay. And then what's the HP amount? Is that a rolled, right?
Oof. That was a really bad roll. 17.
You cast sleep.
Oof,
and mid-cry, the woman falls asleep. The guards just keep going.
Well, at least she's sleeping well. Shit. didn't go as planned. How far away can I cast sleep? Yeah, it was 90 feet, so they probably wouldn't even noticed. Well, let's see. Hold on. Sleep only lasts a minute. Let me see. Does sleep work on people who are already asleep? Are these guards human?
Yes.
Okay. Well, 6 more seconds, and I'll cast sleep again because it ignores unconscious people at that time. So
Okay.
I'll ignore her this time.
All right.
25.
At about that point, so if you're waiting the 6 more seconds, they would have gotten right about here.
Yep. I'll
Okay.
wait just for cast it again.
All right. One of the guards just collapses.
Okay.
The other guard turns and looks at it like, God damn it, Daryl. Did it again, didn't you? I keep telling you, you got to eat your goddamn breakfast.
In that same turn, I will cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay.
And run up and try to grab her and pull her away while the guard is distracted.
At that point as well, because I've been following them, I will run up and unarmed, not armed, unarmed, the one where I don't actually try to kill him, rapier attack.
Okay.
Jeez.
Oh,
jeez.
All right. So he's a little distracted. Kane, you get right up to him and grab the woman, and you're about to pull her away when he looks away from his partner, co-worker, I don't know, whatever you call him, in your direction. And he's like, what the? And at that moment, you see a flash of silver as a rapier seems to descend from the sky. And side smacks his head right in the temple, and he falls to the ground.
I'll just look up from where it came from.
Well, no, the bird's landed, and she goes, and she's sheathing her rapier, and it's like, geez, never trust a man to do what I was gonna do. I was gonna lockpick the thing once they put her in, but you had to go, and what did you do? You put her to sleep.
Nice hit. I'll grab her and just run using Expeditious Retreat to movement, action dash, bonus action dash.
Yep.
And I'll move, and I'll just run up this road.
What is your strength?
11.
Okay, yeah. She's a pretty frail woman. Most of the people here are pretty frail and thin. So you're able to pick her up, and then you dip.
I just run up this road, and when I get to this corner, I kind of peek to see if where the procession is, if it's moving towards this way. If not, I'll just run around to the back of the inn.
You don't see the procession either way.
Okay.
So it seems as if it had just went straight.
Okay. And I'll run straight to the back of the inn. If I can
go
as fast as I can, running, just dashing, dashed up to the rooms and deposit her in the girls' room.
Okay.
She's not going to be scared of that or anything, waking up randomly.
She's asleep for a minute. I'm moving really fast.
Into a minute. Let's see.
Moving at 105 feet
here
per turn.
That was
half
one turn there.
I guess.
Just 6. Yeah. So she probably would be stirring by the time you enter into the inn.
Okay.
And
Nurse Expeditious Retreats last for 10 minutes, so that's still up.
Yeah. How long does it take to rummage through people's pockets?
It depends on how sneaky you're trying to be and what you're trying to get and how big their pockets are and who the person is and where you are.
Well, the guards, and if there's any people watching me, I won't do it. But basically the guards.
There was a brief moment when all of this happened where no one was right there. But as soon as Kane picked the girl up, people started coming down from basically the procession had moved on, so people started moving around and doing their stuff. You can tell, Quaint, you had already seen it. This is like the town square,
stocks,
essentially.
the blockades, whatever.
Yeah. So, well, it's the town square. There are stockades there, and then there's like a bunch of boxes and stuff left over from the previous Wolf's Head Jamboree, like old fluttering decorations and tapestries and like colored paper and stuff. And then Kane, as you go running by, you just dip. Like people kind of give you a look. They don't know who the fuck you are or what happened, and they don't want no trouble. They're just gonna go about their business.
Works for me.
But you can definitely try to go through the guards' pockets, but people are starting to kind of come in, so there is a chance you could get interrupted. Who knows?
I rummage the pockets of the guy who is put to sleep as quick as possible. Do I sight?
My hair is also white today.
No, I mean, you don't have to sleight of hand because he's asleep.
Okay.
I'd say the first one you wouldn't have to sleight of hand. The second one you can sleight of hand if you want to like hide from people that you're trying to get into his pockets, because at that point people would be kind of like coming up to the area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first one.
The first one you find, excuse me, a wad of tissues.
Yummy.
Used. You
Sticks to
find
my fur, my feathers. Ew, ew, ew.
let's see. You find 4 copper.
Sweet.
And you find a small folded up note. A small folded up paper in his pocket.
I'll take the paper, but I won't look at it yet because it costs time to do that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna slide a hand to try and get the other guy. Ooh.
Okay. As you go to turn towards the other guy, you reach down to get into his pockets. You look up, and there is an elderly old man standing in the street, staring at you. Now, what are you doing?
Deception.
Okay.
You gotta actually say something.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what I need to say. I just know I'm going to use deception.
Deception.
Just says deception to him.
Quaint just stares at the guy.
Deception. Fuck, I'm not good at coming up with things on the spot. I had asked them both. I'd stopped them and asked them both to help me around the town. I'm sort of new around here, and then they just fell. So I was wondering if they had some sort of like herbs or something to wake themselves up, or like potions in their pockets. But that guy didn't have any. And I was hoping this guy did.
He kind of looks at them and goes up to the. Sorry, he doesn't approach you, but he can see the face of one of them looking at you. The other one's head is kind of turned away. Being that they're town's guard, they're both wearing similar clothing. And everyone here is pretty thin, so they have a similar build as well. He sees the one looking at you. Oh, that darn it, Daryl. Everybody knows you need to eat your breakfast, otherwise your blood sugar drops. That boy, he has this medical issue. He's gotta keep his levels in line. I'm assuming if it's both of them, both fell asleep, that must be his brother Earl. They both have it. They probably just were doing something this morning. Just let them sleep it off. They'll wake up eventually. Or they won't. I don't know. You might want to skedaddle, though, before someone gets the wrong impression.
Thanks, sir. She
I
like
gotta
does like
poop.
this forehead salute,
Yeah.
and then she starts skipping off, and
He
then
just, as he turns around, he lets out, like, the loudest, foulest fart. And just starts hobbling off, and he's like, oh, best get home. That was a tricky one.
I love that guy. Yeah, I use deception properly, except I suck at it.
Deception.
You get the no. Actually, never mind. Quentin wouldn't. He was
Well,
just
next time she's just gonna yell out deception, and that's just how it's gonna be, no matter what the roll is. I mean,
if you
Deception.
yell out deception before you roll, you will automatically fail. I just want to put that out there.
No, I honestly, you could try and play it off and just be like deception, but then just play it off like you're one of those fucking birds that
disgrace.
repeat
Yeah.
shit.
Pretend you're an actual bird.
Deception,
A big ass bird.
deception.
Start up the chainsaw sound.
Yeah, just start screaming it out like you're one of those talking.
Chirp, chirp.
So this has been maybe about tops a 2-minute process. Brothon and Rua, what have you been doing for 2 minutes?
Well, we didn't see Quake leave. I can guarantee
No.
you that.
No.
Do we know that Kane did?
I didn't.
Yes.
Like I said, I wasn't hiding it from you guys.
Yeah.
I just wait, I guess.
I just imagine Rodon just standing there like with Irena just hanging out like, I don't know what they're gonna go do, but we got a job, so I'm sitting here.
I'll give
So
them
you guys
5
are
minutes.
in front of the inn, and you see as the procession kind of continues going along the road of the inn around, and as it passes, Isaac, the excuse me, the man with the devil arm is like scanning the crowd, and when he spots you guys, he gives a hard, intense stare for a lingering moment.
Both of us?
Roll an
2 points?
insight for me
Okay.
to see if you can read his body language and tell who
Nope.
or what.
Insight. Oh,
It's in
God,
your
no.
general direction.
Wow.
Oh my word!
0. Damn.
Some pretty weather we're having here today.
Oh, those clouds look edible.
Rua is just fucking shaking in rage. She's ready to fucking beat the shit out of the dude on the horse.
Yes, sure.
I'm assuming that's because hold me back. I feel like I don't know if that was you
Yeah.
or Rua talking.
That was me. That was both me and Rua.
Okay. So Rua is not paying Isaac any mind at all. She's just staring down the dude on the horse. As the man turns his head away, Irena clears her throat. Do you think that is the man that Orwin was talking about?
I mean,
Ugh.
Isaac,
The attack, the attack dog.
most
She
definitely.
whispers under her breath.
Most definitely.
There's something. Do you ever have a feeling like you've seen something before, like you recognize it, but you know you've never seen it?
Deja vu.
Who?
Is that a thing in D&D?
Deja vu? What?
Yeah.
It could be.
It's
You're in
not
a
a
weird foreign land. Who knows?
Yes, I know what you're talking
Probably,
about.
maybe. Go on.
I felt that when that man was looking over here. Like, I don't know.
Like you'd just seen the same.
I don't like it.
You'd seen the same look, or like you'd seen him before.
There's something familiar about him that I can't quite place. But I mean, I feel like I would remember meeting that man. He seems pretty unforgettable. I'll ponder on it. I'm sure it'll come to me at some point.
You haven't seen a dude with a weird arm in your dreams at all, have you? Like you did the lake?
No, I can't say that I have. At least not that I can recall right now. I don't know.
Have you... Can I do a history check to see if I recognize that arm of his? Or Arcana check, actually. If that's arcane magic or something.
You also have some sort of feeling of familiarity when you look at him. You've never been here. You don't know who the fuck that guy is, but
Weird.
There's some weird something. Although his skin is red and the arm is larger, the features of the arm almost resemble like your own skin, how it's colored differently than the humanoids around you, and the kind of more claw-like fingernails. I don't know if you keep yours trimmed or not, but his are very clearly sharpened to show off.
Ugh. So, I just shrug. My character's way too pissed off with the other guy. As long as he doesn't find us, we're good, right?
As long as he doesn't have a reason to come at us.
Yeah, I'm sure there's no reason.
Yeah, where'd you come from?
Huh? What?
I'm guessing 2 minutes passed already?
Oh yeah. So I just want to say that I followed Kane back after picking pockets
You wish.
to the end. Well, I fly back and I see that you are nowhere to be found, and I'm pretty sure that the only place that we know that is safe is the inn. So, that's where I go.
I could open my thing.
Right around now, Kane would be approaching. Not too long after the procession has turned to follow the path. Rothon, actually, Rothon, you were talking with Irina. Rua, being that you were staring at him, you could tell that the procession continued down. It did not take the left fork. Although you guys don't know what the city is like, so you wouldn't know that it moves around. So never mind.
So it went that way?
No, it went up this way.
Oh.
Actually, but Quaint, you flew back, right?
Yeah, I was in the middle of flying
back. You would see that the procession is looping around this street, and that the street will be coming back within sight of the inn right about here.
Got it.
As your conversation with Irina is coming to a natural ending, suddenly Kane comes running up with the woman that you had seen in the street in his arms and runs into the inn.
Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us in the ass.
Kane, you get into the inn and you go to head up the stairs, and you hear a shriek, and Erwin comes running out. It was Danica, and he looks around wildly, looking for the danger, sees you carrying the woman, and stands in front of the stairs. He's like, now, sir, I'm sorry, but you can't bring her in here. What did you do? Is this laying low?
We're talking about this woman passed out.
I was out there. Everybody saw.
Yeah, and you're making a big scene just like you told us not to. Can you move out of the way, please?
No, I can't. You cannot have her in here. He will kill me and my wife. I will put my foot down. Please do not treat my hospitality this way.
Well, where can I take her?
You can, he's like just kind of freaking out, and at that moment you hear a voice from behind you. Son, why don't you bring her to the church? Follow me.
I'll follow. And I'll
Alright.
before we come back out, I'll take my cloak and cover her.
Okay. All right. As quickly as Kane seemed to have entered, he is walking out now, following a man down the road.
Okay, well, the bird's just gonna fly up above everybody.
Yeah.
That way's to the church, right?
Yeah.
I guess they're going to the church then. Onwards.
Sorry, I'm looking for my picture so I remember what he looked like. So I can describe it.
Is it the one that was drinking a lot?
No. This is someone who you guys have not seen before.
No.
Okay. This is an elderly man. Elderly in the sense of maybe 60s or so, but he still looks pretty sprightly. He has glasses perched over a long hooked nose, a white beard, and he is wearing what appears to be cleric's robes with a long necklace that holds a symbol of a large blazing sun. He doesn't talk too much. Just now, come on, let's hurry on over. And he moves swiftly. This man is tip-top shape. And guides you guys over to the church. But as you exit, instead of going down the main road to the church, he makes a right and brings you guys around kind of the back way.
Smart.
He just mentions the Barrett's procession. It takes a very specific path. This is a better way.
He said that we all specifically heard that he was going to be taking him to the church, right?
He said that while inside the inn, while Kane was having the altercation with Erwin. So if you guys waited outside, you did not hear it. If you went inside, you did hear it.
I think, yeah, Rothon would have been waiting outside.
Okay. So you would not have heard.
Mm.
It didn't stick.
Who was laughing?
Sorry.
Oh.
I guess that's really loud. So you messed up my thing again. Can you guys hear my
Go turn
criminal
off-
minds in the background too? Then
No. Just turn off
Yeah,
all
so-
the settings I turned on from your...
nope. I'm just not gonna listen to
Okay.
any of the TikToks you send me.
It's just a few minutes time before you get to the church. You pass a few townsfolk. You get a couple curious glances, very similar to what you guys had received in Barovia. Strangers aren't really a thing around here. Most people kind of look the same. You guys are a little eccentric, even being where you are. Excuse me.
Quit dying. I'm supposed to be the one dying.
Oh, I got plain sick too.
Oh no, I hope you feel better.
Oh, I'm good. It's
Okay.
going away mostly. Yeah, it was just a cold. I think. I don't know.
Shauna.
I'll see. Who knows? Um. You guys enter into the church, and the man turns around. Uh, Here, why don't you, Yeska, Yeska, and a teen boy comes running out. A little on the stronger side, but sullen face. Yeska, please go prepare the room in the back. Thank you. We're gonna have guests. What, sir? Why don't you set her down here on the pew? She has woken up by this point for sure, and she didn't fight you. She's just looking around, incredibly confused. She seems pretty scared until she sees the man, and she kind of like collapses a little bit, starts crying again. She's like, "Father, my son." I know, Romina. It'll be okay. Just here. He walks back to the front of the church where there's a large barrel with a ladle, and it ladles up some water into a cup and brings it to her. Here, just take your time, relax. We'll set up a room for you in the back. I'm gonna find out what went on, and we'll see if we can smooth things over with the Baron. Okay, it's gonna be okay. He looks up to you guys. Why don't we give her a little bit of space, and if you guys wouldn't mind following me, just to the other side of the what's the word for the main part of the church, where all the pews are?
Pew pew pew
A
pew.
hall?
Probably the hall.
The hall? The hall works, yeah. To the other side of the hall. I just didn't want to say room, make you think that it's like a tiny room. But he leads you down, or sorry, will you guys please accompany me and kind of let me know what was going on? Would that be all right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. At which point he walks down the center aisle between the pews up towards the altar in the front. Takes a seat on the front pews on the opposite side of the hall that Wilhelmina is at. And gestures for you guys to take a seat as well. Then just very quietly. Would you mind telling me what happened with Wilhelmina? I was there. I saw the procession. I saw what happened with the Baron. And now I see you, sir, holding her.
Well, guards led her off down to wherever they were leading her. I figured it'd be best if she wasn't being taken to wherever she was being taken. So when they were alone, I put them to sleep with the help of my friend here. I'll point at Quaint. They're perfectly fine. They will be fine. And we took her away.
Well, while what you did was quite foolish, I I also commend you on your bravery for standing up. It's something that nobody here feels safe to do. He just kind of like pauses and stares off as if trying to gather his thoughts. Things have been rough. Hell, I mean, he did not say that. I scratched that. Even with our environment and our surroundings as they are, it's been harder. Hello, Theb.
Wild that has
Not actually home, so I'm just kind of listening in.
Okay, no worries.
Alright.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to repay your generousness and for going out on a limb, please let me know.
How do we take him down?
Hold on. Wait.
No.
I will lift my or bear my shoulder. I think I got bit in.
Yours was arm, Rua was hip, Quain was leg.
I'll show the wound in my arm. We were told that maybe you can help us with something. I'll kind of nod towards Rua and Quaint.
Oh. Oh. Well then. He's just looking at the bites. His wheels are turning. He seems like the kind of man who wants to make sure that whatever he says is well thought out and he says exactly what he wants to say. That is something I can definitely help you out with. It's 3 of you, huh? It may take a while. I can probably help one of you per day. It takes a lot out of me. Now I apologize. I'm not generally a man who
You heard it here first, folks.
refuses
He's
help.
not generally a man.
Who refuses to help people, and I'm not saying that I'm going to refuse to help you. But I do ask that perhaps we can have a little bit of an exchange here. I can heal all 3 of you over the course of the next 3 days. But I've ran into a little bit of a problem, and I need some help.
Is it with those guys out there?
Not exactly.
Mm-hmm.
His voice gets lower. You see, he looks up around, making sure that no one is close by. This church here, it's a safe place. It's protected. At least generally it is. It's protected by the bones of the Saint Angel himself that lay below in a crypt. But someone has stolen the bones. In order to keep the wards around this church, I have a ritual that I do once a year at dawn on the morning of the holiday, St. Andrew's feast. If I don't do this, then the ward will fall and it will expose us and all of my patrons and put everybody in danger.
You have any sort of leads at all on who took this, or
Well,
maybe?
nobody really knows about the bones. It's something that the leaders of the church have kept as a closely guarded secret. You just never know who you can really trust. Um, I think someone has a horrible plot. They just want to cause the congregation harm. The only other person that knows about the bones is the boy Yeska, but he's not capable of taking them. That boy, his mind broke a few months back. You see, when both of his parents passed unexpectedly.
Small question. Who's capable of taking the boy?
Who is capable of taking the boy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I understand.
If the clergymen are to be believed to be safe, and the only non-clergy folk who would know the secret is the boy who had sworn to secrecy, who can take the boy? Who has the power to take the boy and take the secret from him?
You know, Yeska doesn't leave the church. He's pondering your question.
Ah, I
I
kind of jumped a few holes with that. Ignore me.
no. That is a good question. I'm trying to think of who who would use the boy that way and who would want something like that.
Has
Um,
anyone at all come to see him recently, or has he talked to anyone?
no. To be honest, I haven't even mentioned to him that the bones are missing. I haven't approached him about it. I had actually just realized it this morning and was on my way to the Baron himself to go speak about it. Hesitantly, I might add, but I felt he was the only person who had the power to help. reg- Whether or not he would use that power is questionable. You guys seem like good, moral folk who do the right thing. I feel much more comfortable asking someone who does good for the sake of good.
So only the two of you know about it, and that's it. The Baron doesn't know about it at all either.
No, nobody else knows. As far as in the church, it's just me and Yeska. Uh, we have a groundskeeper, Milo. He's not in today, but he doesn't know about him either.
said he's not in today. Is that normal at all, or
Yeah. He's got a little bit of a rough home life. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. Uh, and works hard. He's got a lot of siblings that rely on him. So he takes time off every now and then to kind of make sure that everything is taken care of at home.
Hmm.
At that point, Yeska comes walking up, looks at the father, and Father, the room is ready. I can escort Wilhelmina. Father looks from Yeska to you guys. I'll take her, son. Why don't you wait here for a moment? Get our guests some refreshments. We don't have a lot, but we have the water and we have that sourdough bread we just picked up from the bakery. It should still be a little bit warm.
We kind of just ate, so I do not think that we need the bread.
No problem. If you'll humor me then, and then kind of wait here. I feel like this is something that she needs a little privacy for. It'll be just a moment.
I could go for some bread.
All right. Father walks back to the back of the church to go get Wilhelmina and gently helps her out of the pew and guides her into through a doorway off to the side. You assume down a hallway to some sort of room. Yeska goes, grabs some waters, and then brings about half a loaf of bread. And holds it out to each of you.
I go up to Kane and like tug on, like I'm like tugging on his belt buckle or his pants or something.
Mhm.
Is it bad to ask where he put the bones now?
You mean like where he keeps them?
No, him. Didn't he take the bones? I wasn't listening through half of the thing, but it's only the old guy and the young guy. So the young guy had to take the bones, right?
It's likely, but apparently the young guy doesn't leave the church, so take them. Where would he put them?
Hey, young guy, if you were gonna take the bones,
Oh my god.
where would you put them? This is said to the young guy, by the way.
Let the bird talk.
He just stares at the floor. He hasn't looked at any of you guys since you entered, acknowledged your presence in any way. The only person that he's spoken to or acknowledged was the father.
I want to investigate him.
Jump on him and start searching him.
I'm gonna do that anime thing where they like pop over and like boo 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 like really quickly and like look at him from like all angles.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fail miserably at it.
He is standing in the church with you. Yeah. You don't notice anything. He's wearing very simple clothes, kind of like beige-ish. What's the word I'm looking for? Almost like burlap material pants, and a white shirt. Just staring at the floor.
I sort of want to try to like intimidate him too, but you guys would be like,
I don't know.
Where is it? Huh?
I don't know if intimidating would honestly work.
A few awkward minutes pass. Oh, yes.
The boy can clearly at least see, right?
He hasn't
I
bumped
wouldn't
into
know
anything,
that.
and he's not walking with a stick. So,
On the floor, is there anything shiny? Like a random
no.
stone or something?
Nope. The floor is very well kept.
And what if you got a stone or something?
Prestidigitation, a stone for her. A little.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and then have the Mage Hand hold the stone and waft over to the boy.
He still just stands there.
Move the hand up and down, waving hello in his face.
I poke him.
Okay, all
He
right.
takes a step back away from the hand and the owl. It- When you touch him, Quaint, he recoils from your touch. Like it's a very physical, like cringe away.
Wait,
I'm
he
not
looks
that
like touching
dirty.
you. He probably feels it as if you have water put on you, so that's equal to him getting touched. So maybe not touch him.
At which point, now the father comes back in. Yeska, uh, why don't you bring the rest of that bread into Miss Wilhelmina, and maybe grab some of that salt beef for her. At the sound of the father's voice, Yeska turns towards him, nods, and walks off. And the father returns. And that
The
poor woman, her son's been in the stocks for a few days now. Made a joke about the jamboree, and Baron didn't take too kindly to that.
even if
The
he
stocks are in the middle of the town. Those ones? These ones?
the stock's in the town, the
Yeah,
stock's in the middle
so
of the town.
sorry, he's
I thought it was
been
in a
in the
prison.
stocks for a few days now. And then as of last night, is what she tells me. I was under the impression he's been in the stocks this whole time. But apparently she's been visiting him every day. And last night, he was taken into the mansion for a heavier rehabilitation, I believe, is what
Which mansion?
someone referred to it as. The Baron's mansion.
Is it this one? No,
This-
that one.
which is why she was begging for the Baron to release him. She's settling down now. We're gonna get her a little bit of food. Kind of looks around to you guys. Have you had a few moments to consider my offer?
I don't see why not. But
I mean, it's either that or the town dies, right? I'm assuming you're sort of protecting the town with this.
Or is it just a church that's protected?
Yeah,
You
or
and
is it just church?
the church itself is what's hollowed ground, but the congregation comes here whenever they need to feel safe, and I want to still provide that for the people here. They're good people.
Yeah.
now, because of that, it just reminds me of a really, really weird version of Pepe Le Pew.
What?
No, you named it.
Uh,
Never mind.
I named it Baron LePew Mansion
Oh,
because he stinks.
Alrighty then.
well, uh, I suppose I'll need a few minutes with whichever one of you needs to go
Oh,
first. And perhaps the others, I can show you where the bones were kept if you want to take a look around.
Rua, why don't
Well,
you
we
go
were all
first?
bit at the same time, so.
I can only do one a day. I'm sorry.
Well,
Let's
I
have
know. I was just saying to us, not to him. We were all bit at
Oh.
the same time, so it doesn't matter who goes
yeah,
first.
Rua, you go first.
I'm good. You are the one who's up in the faces of a lot of enemies, so you should go first.
All right, Quaint.
What if I want to become a flying wolf?
No.
Not how this works.
Uh, fine. I'll go first.
He gives a little smile and he's like, "If you want to take a seat here, dear, I'll be right
How long
back
is
in
this
just a
going to
moment."
take?
It shouldn't take too terribly long, about 10 minutes or so.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, I'm good now.
Uh, the rest of you, if you want to follow me, and he just, it's not too far, just kind of right behind the altar area. The altar kind of covers it. You see an area where it looks like there's been new floorboards placed down. Um, this this was the area where the bones were taken. I closed it off. I didn't want anybody to know. Um, but please feel free to take a look around. Anything you need.
Is there anything around me that I can steal?
There's some candelabras atop the altar.
That's boring. Never mind.
Uh, all right. And then he comes and takes a seat down with you. Goes to inspecting your leg. Kind of
Out of
takes his time, like
curiosity.
poking and prodding it and trying to figure it out. While the father is working on Quaint, what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna be looking around to see if there's actually any silver.
Okay.
I won't do anything, just if there's silver in this church.
Yeah. Go ahead and do a perception check. I assume you're not like shuffling around stuff, right?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Good roll perception.
Nat 1 and nat 20. Let's go.
Damn.
We
Nice.
rolled we've used all our 20s and our 1s today.
Yep.
You say that now.
You look around, and you can feel pretty confident. You do not see anything that looks silver. The candelabras that are upon the altar, they don't. They even look like they're painted gold. Like it's not actual gold. It's kind of flaking a little bit. They're a lot of the stuff within the church looks nice, but upon closer inspection, you can tell it's not necessarily valuable per se. But no silver.
Are the candelabras in like the ceiling area dirty?
Candelabras isn't like standing like a
Oh,
not
which
like a
one is
hanging
the...
one, almost
Oh,
more
yeah.
like a menorah type.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there's like one on each end of the altar that's facing the pews.
Are there any holes in the ceiling?
No holes.
Okay. Character was thinking if ravens are gonna start pouring inside the church in the ceiling or something. Any symbolism of a what is it? A sun with oh god, what was it? Is that it? Hold on, I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, any symbolism of a bird, a raven, or a sun?
You do not see any symbolism of ravens, but there are sun symbols all around. Circular symbol with a circle inside of it and rays coming out of the top half, and a U shape beneath it, which is the symbol of the Morning Lord. You are in a church of the Morning Lord.
Ah. Are the suns colored gold or a different shade? A different color?
Gold.
Okay. Alright. Just gonna do that for a couple minutes.
Okay.
I can Rothan go and look around where the bones supposedly were.
Well, you have the area the father showed you. It looks like there are fresh floorboards nailed down. And that's the area that he had pointed to where the break-in had occurred itself.
And what's the floor of this place look like? Is it stone, wood?
Wooden.
Okay, so the whole thing's wooden.
Or sorry, the floor where the pews and everything are is stone. The altar itself is set up upon like a stage of sorts. So the
Okay.
stage itself is wooden.
Okay, so they were buried. They were buried underneath the stage.
Yes.
Is there any other way to access that area, like underneath it?
No.
Oh.
At least not. You don't see any visible way of accessing it. Are you kind of looking around pretty intently?
Yeah, kind of just looking around. I'm trying to see something.
Go ahead and roll. Are you just looking around, or
Hold on. Let me see. Let me read something. Which place I can see? Never mind. Damn it. No, he'll probably look around just to see if there's anything around the area that looks off.
okay?
Something like that.
Roll a perception check for me. All right. You actually right away note two things. Your tracking abilities have helped you in this sense. There is a small piece of gray wool fabric that is snagged on a nail right next to one of the new floorboards. It's not one of the new floorboards itself, it's one of the older ones, but it's like they're adjacent. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And you also notice a line of rust-stained dirt smeared across some of the floorboards, the older floorboards, which is noticed very noticeable because it looks like the church is very well kept, well swept up. It doesn't seem anywhere near as kind of just generally dirty and grimy as this entire country has been so far.
Rothon will take the piece of cloth off as much as he can.
Okay.
And just sort of pocket it for now.
Okay.
And then if I can follow that rust stain as much as I can, or like maybe see which way it did go, if it like disappeared. Maybe,
It
like, the
wasn't so
general
much a
direction.
trail as it was like a scuff,
Oh, okay.
sort of. Yeah.
Specifically rust stained.
Rust stained dirt.
So weird. But okay. It doesn't. Does it look kind of off from the rest of the general dirt in the area, like outside and everywhere else, or is it almost kind of the same color?
Similar color. There's a few blades of pale green grass stuck within it. That's a little bit like the blades of grass themselves look like it's young grass and probably well trimmed. It doesn't like come up to a tapered point. It's flat on one end, like it was cut.
Huh. Hey guys, come take a look at this. And I'll just point all that out to everyone, including the cloth as well.
What? What'd you find?
At this time, Father has put his hand over your wound, Quaint, and has started whispering, or like quietly speaking, like an enchantment of sorts under his breath, and your leg feels warm.
Chicken leg.
Sorry, Rothon and Kane, go ahead.
No worries. What'd you find, Rothon?
He just points out what Sean was saying earlier.
So what do you think?
Well, the dirt is kind of similar to just regular old dirt, so that's not going to help much. This cloth, it's just kind of plain cloth, isn't it? It's nothing like something that seems oddly fancy or anything like that, or distinct.
It doesn't seem fancy. It's just very it's like a thick gray wool.
Thick gray wool, okay.
Like the robes of the other clergymen?
No, this looks more no, it doesn't match the robes of the clergyman.
The grass seems odd to me, though. That's sticking, or that's accompanies the dirt. It's newer or cut grass. Just seems odd for some reason. Can't say why, it just does.
Fresh cut grass. Dirt. Gray, thick gray cloth.
That's pretty much what I have.
I didn't know Critical Role was in this.
What?
Yeah.
Fresh cut grass.
Oh, jeez.
FCG?
I immediately thought that too.
Oh,
So,
never mind. Fresh cut grass. How like out of all the walking we've done in the city and everything, have we seen like any lawns that have been taken care of or anything like that?
Absolutely not. No. The grass here seems to kind of grow wild and on its own. It's like a meadow grass. It doesn't get like too crazy or unmanageable. Um, but it's definitely longer. Uh, doesn't seem like it. Many people cut their grass for aesthetic reasons.
You know someone who would cut grass.
Maybe someone in a certain position of power?
Yeah, a pompous asshole is what I was saying. Thinking. Look around. No, no one's paying attention to us.
No. Father is concentrating on Quaint, and the boy is not in the room at the moment.
Yeah, some jackass probably has his grass cut just so he can look fancier.
Well, we can go and take a look. We haven't exactly seen what his house looks like, but you're probably right.
Quaint probably saw it earlier. She's still being healed.
At this point, the father is wrapping up. Quaint, that warm feeling spreads through your body, but concentrates on the wound itself, and it starts feeling really itchy, um, tingly and itchy. And after a few moments, he gives your leg kind of just like a little comforting squeeze, and he's like, "That that should do it." Moves his hand away, and the leg is nice and whole again.
Um, Quint immediately goes and scratches the leg, like, ah! And it looks at it
Yeah,
and it's like, so I won't be a wolf now?
no, you will not. Probably for the best, my dear. If you were a wolf who could fly around, you would terrorize everything you find. And I get the impression that you can find a lot of things in a short amount of time.
Maybe.
A few moments later, Yeska re-enters the room and just goes and stands next to the father. All right. Well, now that she is sorted out, did you guys have a moment to look around?
Yeah, I had a question for you. And he'll present him with the cloth. You know anyone that wears something similar to this type of material, or is it just sort of common in this area?
This is a pretty common material utilized. A lot of the people working outside need need the warmth and the protection that the wool provides.
And other than your, Baron, presumably, is there anyone around here that, I don't know, has a yard or a lawn, and that yard or lawn is cut on a fairly regular basis?
The Baron doesn't cut his lawn. As far as I know, the only lawn that's cut is the one behind the church.
Oh, we're way off.
Yeah, I was fully expecting him to have a lawn and everything.
We gotta trim it down for the headstones.
Uh, other than that, there didn't really seem to be anything odd. It was just this cloth, the rust-stained dirt and the somewhat freshly cut grass. Let's go take a look out back then.
Does anybody have a passive perception
No.
higher than 15?
Does passive investigation work?
Mine's 11.
Damn it.
14.
14.
Deb probably has a decent passive perception.
I'm checking his right now.
Currently sitting at 25.
Nope. Alright. Okay. Rothon, you were gonna go head outside?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with him.
We're going outside. Can I ask the father about the kid's parents? What happened?
You can. Yeska is standing right next to the father at
Okay,
this
I
point.
didn't know if he was going to be following us or not.
No
If
problem.
he's following us, then I won't ask anything.
Okay. At this point, father turns towards Yeska. He's like, "Well, son, if these people have any questions for you, I would thank you kindly to answer them. Unfortunately, it seems as if the bones of Saint Angelo have been stolen." The boy's eyes go wide. They're going to be in and out as they please. I just ask that perhaps you give them their space to work. You don't have to get in their way. But if they need any assistance, please provide it. I have to go take care of some work around the church now. He turns back to you guys. If you guys need anything, you can ask Yeska or myself. I won't be too far off.
All right.
Yeska just stands there, still wide-eyed, watching the father walk away.
Is it like wide-eyed and like just astonishment or like fear or something?
Go ahead and roll an insight. It's surprising news.
To the back lawn, I guess.
Right.
Have you... has anyone asked you anything recently? Or approached you that is not the priest?
Looks towards you. I don't talk to anyone else other than Father and Milo.
And a character, who was Milo again?
The groundskeeper.
What did I write? Typist? What the hell?
What?
I don't know. I wrote typist as the groundskeeper.
Does the groundskeeper come inside?
He looks to you and no, not really. I mean, he comes inside for service and to pray, but his work is all done outside.
Have you seen or felt like you may have noticed somebody inside recently?
A lot of people come in and out. all the townsfolk.
That was not supposed to be in here.
The church is open to anyone who needs it.
Can we go buy a toy now?
Yes, Irina gave me the money. She pats her pockets. Huh? 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 She begins digging through her pockets while the others are thinking.
You
Whatever you
mean
guys are
Rothon
doing.
or outside?
Okay.
You were in there with Quaint and Theb. And Irina.
Yes, Irene.
Wait, hold on. What was the other question I was gonna say? Before I get distracted by, I'm still patting my pockets, but she's gonna turn to the boy. Has Milo been Milo? Has Milo been speaking with anyone lately? Do you know?
Well, when he's here, he just works. I don't know. He works and then he goes about his life like everybody else. I don't know what he does. He has a lot of brothers and sisters to take care of.
Do you know where he lives?
Yeah. I mean, I know the directions there.
If you could tell us where, then we can just make sure that he is okay.
Why wouldn't Milo be okay?
Because he says he has a lot of brothers and sisters, right? Maybe he's really tired.
Oh,
Maybe he would like some help. I don't know.
maybe. He's very proud. I don't know if he'll take help from strangers.
Oh, he's proud. Well, he says he has a lot of brothers and sisters. So what if we ask him to help us? Maybe if he's not he doesn't want help, maybe we can get help from him. That way, he will not take our. And then she continues talking.
Uh, uh,
Oh,
Milo doesn't know anything about the bones. He doesn't know.
Who does know?
No one knows. Father told me, and I wasn't supposed to tell anybody.
Wasn't
I
supposed
didn't.
to.
I didn't.
So what happened?
I didn't tell anybody. It's
can I
just
roll
me
an
and Father. Yeah, he insight.
Perception.
What?
what are you
I don't know.
perceiving?
Deception.
No, I'm just
Perception.
perceiving.
Now perceiving,
I see
perceiving.
everything.
The one that does the thing.
Mean insight.
That one.
Grimmer.
Did it go through? Oh my god, what is with my rolls?
Where is
You
my
are
insight?
distracted. You're just like, You're not
What is
even
my
like really
insight?
looking or listening to him because you're patting down your pockets,
So
just freaking out about the money. Quaint, you are an expert at very clearly not covering your tracks. So you recognize it when you hear it. That he's just like, yeah, nope, I did everything right. Yep, nope, everything is good. As you know, the world is burning down around you. He definitely told the secret.
Jesus.
He's telling a lie. He should. I'm too busy patting my pockets. Is Quinn gonna do anything?
So why aren't you telling us?
Eh?
But I'm telling you, I'm answering all the questions.
Yeah, don't lie.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Who did you tell about the bones?
Roll a persuasion check. Or
God,
intimidation,
I
whichever one you
fucking.
choose.
Do I have a good persuasion? No, I don't.
Deception. I'm now intimidating.
I'm the tiniest little bird.
Hey, this is a traumatized kid. A tiny little bird with a fucking sword could probably intimidate us.
Wait, if I'm
He
a.
takes
Okay, go ahead.
he takes a step back. I what? I didn't do anything. I okay. Just stop. I told Milo 3 days ago. It slipped. I was just trying to take a peek through the floorboards. And he came in looking for the father, and he asked me what I was doing. And before I knew it, I just told him looking at the bones, and then I told him, "Well, what bones? just laying down here." And he didn't believe me. And then I told him about them, and I'm sorry. And he just starts bawling.
Is it bad that I'm laughing?
Is Queen laughing or you
No, I'm
laughing?
laughing.
Queen's laughing?
No, me.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, dear.
Quaint just looks at Rua and is like, "All right, we gotta go find Melio. Meals on wheels."
Listen, kid, this is just us trying to. We have to find Milo to make sure he's safe. And just to confirm. And then just to make sure, I tell him the address or the direction he told me. Is this where he lives?
Yeah,
Okay. We
I'm
will be there to check on
sorry.
him.
You'll have to talk to the father for your sins.
Is that how? Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
that was terrible. Ah.
Meanwhile,
Ah.
outside, Rothon and Kane, you guys walk out. The back of the church, it does have like the taller grass on both sides, but there is a section where the grass is trimmed and you can see headstones peeking out from around it.
I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry about that one.
Never be sorry.
Looking around, is there any? Is there like? Does it look like a graveyard that's visited somewhat often, or not really? Is it more just like this is where people are buried?
There are some trails. So there's a few where it looks like they're visited very, very frequently. There's a few graves that like you don't see a trail leading to it, but there's maybe a flower on a headstone or a little trinket. One of them has a small doll. And then there are others that look to be weathered with time.
Doll's cursed to blow it up. Fireball.
What?
It's a doll sitting in a graveyard. Fireball it now. Does there seem to be any... Can I look down and see if there's any sort of like tracks leading specifically from the back of the church where we are along the path? Or any sort of pathway out of here?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yep.
Yes, you do see very clear.
Mm-hmm.
A walking path that leads around behind the church. Looks to be like kind of heavier work boots. And once it comes around this section here, it kind of turns to dirt underneath these trees, and the trees seem to have left some sort of a rust-colored deposit on the ground. Or almost like a pollen that's just like a darker orangey color. And the tracks lead all the way through here to the road. At the road, you do lose the tracks, though.
Well, at least we know which way they came and went. But maybe if we find the person that has this rust color on their boots, we might be able to find who did this.
I'll come up behind Roth. I'm making, what are you talking about yourself? Talking to yourself about?
Well, these tracks lead away from the church, and they specifically have this rust coloring over here on near these trees. That's what we saw inside, so presumably they're the person that stole it. So if we can find someone, maybe if we're lucky, who still has this pollen, dirt, whatever you want to call it, on the boots, if we're lucky, we'll know who it is.
Who else would be walking around back here?
Well, it's a graveyard that seems to be somewhat frequented. But is the path that the tracks took seem normal, or is it definitely like I'm going to leave this way, not the normal path?
Or are there any grave sites nearby?
There are not grave sites nearby. And once you turn that corner and it gets to kind of like the more pollen covered ground, the grass looks more unkempt over here, as if this like section of forest is generally left undisturbed. So you can reasonably assume that he doesn't come here too often.
So whoever came this way, if we can
Get it? What are you doing over
Maybe.
there? Hi, Bubs.
find their stuff on
Sorry.
their boots. I don't know. It's a long shot, but honestly, the only one I'm suspicious of is really the kid and the gardener.
Man, that kid froze up pretty hard when the
I mean,
guy said something about it.
I don't think the kid would have done it.
No, I mean,
I
as
think-
in he didn't know about it.
Yeah. I'm
Maybe he
thinking
knows who might have.
either- Yeah. My suspicion would be maybe the gardener overheard them talking about it. He said he's having trouble or has to take care of a bunch of siblings. Maybe hard up for cash. That'd be my bet. If nobody else knew about him, nobody else could know about him.
Yeah, but where's he going to sell these bones to?
Strahd? I mean, think about it. No one could go into the church anymore. It wouldn't be protected. It's holy ground. Now it won't be.
Wait,
Hell, he could sell them to the Baron. I don't know.
you think the Baron works for Strahd?
Honestly, maybe. I mean, either way, he's still a. Rothon just kind of looks around. Still a douchebag, so. But we're not gonna find anything else here, so.
We gotta find this groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Is it at that time that we come out, Rue and I?
Yeah, I'd say after in the same time that it took for him to like track that, then have their conversation, you successfully made a child cry and then exited.
I'm really good at that.
We need to find the groundskeeper.
Hey, we just came
I
to that same
say-
conclusion.
Oh,
I'll point out the tracks that lead specifically away into the rust, dirt, pollen area. Looks like someone specifically took this path away, out kind of outside of the normal here. So if we can find whoever has it, whoever has this pollen stuff on their boots, hopefully, we'll have our man, or woman, or person.
we Quaint made a kid cry, and
Good job,
we got
Quaint.
info from. Pretend I didn't hear that. That Milo was told of the bones.
Who's Milo?
It's the groundskeeper.
Oh,
That's kind of close to what I was thinking. Wasn't thinking maybe wasn't told, but overheard them maybe. I'm guessing, considering they said he has a bunch of siblings to take care of, maybe he thought he could sell them, or maybe someone intimidated him into getting them who somehow knows about it. Like,
I feel like it
That's
might be
Strahd.
the latter. We managed to receive word of where he lives, so I think it's best we go now.
yeah, we definitely should.
let's go get him.
La-di-da.
Da-di-da-di-da-di-da-da.
Okay, so there's 2 party members who don't mind making kids cry. Got it.
Good,
I was
Yeah.
being
important thing to
He
know.
was
Yeah.
he was a wuss.
He's traumatized!
He wouldn't talk to me in the first place. If you were to just talk to me, I don't understand why people don't know how to talk to people sometimes.
I mean, Rothon
not
doesn't
people.
want to, but gets the job done, I guess.
All right. So now that we know what's happening, now do we go get toys?
Toys can be done later. We gotta make sure these bones are still in the city.
The moment you say toys, Rua's gonna panic again. And she starts patting her body.
What are you panicking
Could have
for?
sworn I could have. I had Irina gave me the gold, and I could have sworn it was in my pocket, and I was gonna.
You lost the gold?
I did not lose it.
Rua, did you buy the bones for
I
10
swear.
gold?
No. What?
Just saying.
Listen. I might be an idiot when it comes to losing things, which I didn't this time, but I would never be that big of an idiot.
Insight check.
But what is there to insight?
I want to get in on this too.
You guys can insight. Rua, you can roll a d20 and then just add
God.
your deception or persuasion, your choice.
Okay, what's my thing and what's my thing? Oh. Oh, it's a roll.
Or you can roll to GM if you want
Please,
to just
I really want to see a natural 20 and have them.
It's believable. She does lose a lot of things.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell them what they think. Or if
No. Wait, go ahead.
yeah, No, that you got it.
Gotcha. No, she definitely does not lose a lot of things. In fact, she's really good with holding things to her.
Was it a nat 20?
No, it wasn't.
I will neither confirm. Oh, well.
You sort of have to confirm something. Maybe not that, but
I'm just curious. Rotha's just kind of fucking around.
Does it?
Yeah.
And her panic is real.
Oh yeah, no, my panic is real. Definitely real.
Right.
I swear it was in my pocket, and then the fact that my
When'd you last see it?
the tavern, like immediately after Irina gave it to me, I put it on my person somewhere safe.
We were all.
Did you wake up with it?
No, Irina gave it to me when we were outside the tavern.
Oh, after we woke up?
Yeah.
Oh. Was there anyone else around?
There was me, there was Strahd, there was Irina, there was Quinn. She pauses.
I look at Quinn. Does she
I
yell
look back
deception?
at Kane.
Did you see where her gold went?
Of course I did.
Where'd it go?
Where do you think it went?
I don't know. Where did it go?
Well, I woke up this morning and I was feeling like I just wanted to have fun with somebody, and it was really, really, really,
Quinn, do
really
you have
fun.
the
And I
gold?
just jumped on top of Rua, and it was really fun. And she woke up and she was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a bird on top of me!" But I'm not a bird, so I sort of just had to get back at her. So what I did was I stole the gold. And it's in my pocket right now.
There you
I
go.
want to
We have the
go
answer.
to the store, but you guys won't let me go to the store.
This is a little more pressing. We'll
I
go
don't
afterwards.
think we're pressing anything right now.
Pressing on our timetable.
How about this? We can have Irina buy a toy for us while we do all of this. Okay?
And Theb should go with her.
And Deb can go with her.
Is Irene still with us, or is she doing something else?
She did go with you guys to the church and has been kind of like quietly observing everything. But at Rua's suggestion, she says, I can go there maybe later tonight, but I'm going to the Barretts. I have to go talk on behalf of my people. Like you said, or like Kane had said, there's more pressing matters than a toy. The shop will be here.
Don't we have to get the toy by today anyway?
Yes, which is, we have to get it by, I believe, tonight. Or get it and deliver it by tonight. I don't really
Which
remember
means
how we're going to deliver it, to be honest.
yeah, because it's the lady is back there, right?
Let me double check my notes. I want to say it was like 5 days time.
No, I think you said it was like super.
She'll turn 10 in 2 days' time in the toy shop, ran by Binsky, delivered to Vistani encampment in southwest section of Valakai, delivered by end of second day. So
Okay,
we're supposed to use
so
as
that would be
much of the
tomorrow.
10 gold. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Okay.
I
Because you
didn't
guys
know
saw
if
Madame Ava yesterday. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's why I
fine
wasn't
then.
sure if we saw her yesterday or technically the day before.
Gotcha.
Chances are we are going to be very busy today, so if you can buy the toy for us, that would be very grateful.
I will try.
We can do this first.
You were very nice. But I think this is better for me to do alone as someone from this country. speaking to someone from this country.
He'd probably say something. Oh, you want a candle to take with you?
Probably. That is a great idea. Perhaps I will give it to the Baron. Erwin said he likes his ego's throat. Perhaps, I don't know. This candle smells as good as you? I'll keep
have
working on it.
feeling. Yeah.
It's a special candle.
It's a special candle.
Artisan made.
Made by the bees that he transforms into.
Hand-raised bees.
Oh.
Hand-collected wax. Hand-dipped candle.
Artisan crafted.
Made by the finest druids in the land.
Ah, there we go. That's from other lands,
Even better.
Yes.
not this
even better.
land.
They,
She's like kind of
they
muttering to
often-
herself.
They often sell these candles at the stores called Etsy. It's very famous
God.
in the other land.
Was
I
that
quit.
Etsy or Sensi?
It's Etsy. ETSY. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure that's a druid store. They're known for their crafts.
Ah, okay. Etsy.
And their hippie druid braids.
I'll probably leave that part out. She kind of side-eyes Feb a little bit, like not quite sure if that's a rude comment or not.
Just a fact.
And she walked out, Etsy, and leaves the church holding the candle.
We'll go get the toy later tonight. We just need to at least see what this kid has done with these bones. We have until tomorrow night, so it should be fine.
Wait, the groundskeeper's a kid?
I thought it was.
It is
No,
a kid.
Late teens.
Yeah.
That's what I was
So
saying.
he's
I
a
was
kid.
like, he's not
He
a
wanted
kid, but I was thinking he's taking care of all
money.
his siblings.
All right, let's go.
All right. Following the directions given to you, you guys head off to Milo's house. You actually travel down the same road that you took to get here, but you guys didn't really observe much of the road. You were kind of running off with, sort of like you kidnapped someone and beat the guards and had to go hide
Excuse
really
me,
quick.
rescued.
Rescue, sure. But now walking along the road, you see that this northwestern corner of the town itself, all around here, it's rough, uneven. There's like a kind of a persistent fog that seems to cling to the soaked earth beneath your feet. The streets here are a bit more narrow, and the houses seem to grow grimier and more dilapidated. The smell of damp wood and mildew just filling your nostrils. You guys walk up, and following the directions, Milo's house is the small house tucked back behind kind of like the main row of houses. There's no street to it. There's a small pathway. And that path leads you to a leaning, decrepit structure that seems to sag beneath its own weight. Its timbers are rotting, the windows are cracked and filthy. At its front, a ramshackle door stands slightly askew in its frame, atop a small, mud-spattered porch. Nice.
I was really confused for a second. I have D&D music playing, so I thought it fucking came from there. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I was like, I have the perfect sound for this. Hold on.
That was good. A few moments pass, and the door groans open, revealing a gaunt, glassy-eyed woman standing on the other side. Her hair is just matted with grease, and it hangs in knots across her shoulders. And a painted, beaded necklace hangs around her neck, its colors faded and chipped with age. Behind her, you guys glimpse a trio of young children wrestling and shouting as they roll across the cramped living space stuffed with old threadbare furniture and an old stained rug. Two other children, a near adolescent boy with long shaggy hair and a freckled girl of similar age, wearing cracked oversized glasses, peered curiously around a pair of overstuffed patchwork armchairs at the side of you. The woman who opened the door, her hollow gaze scans you guys expectantly. Huh?
Is she older, younger?
Older. Mid 40s ish.
Is this where Milo lives?
Her head like lolls over to the side as she looks at the kids. Door. And then she just lets go of the door and walks away. The two kids from behind the armchairs jump up. The boy speaks. Hi.
Hi, kid. Is Milo around?
No. Well, yeah, but he's sleeping.
Well, we kind of need to talk to him about a friend. Do you think you can wake him up?
Probably not. He's sick. He doesn't feel good.
As I...
Did the lady move out of the way? Like there's a clear path to the door?
Yeah, she moved out of the way. She just wandered off.
I'm gonna walk in. Just go straight to the door.
Wait, but... Well,
We don't have time for this, Rua.
Rothon's gonna follow.
And then the girl screams, Milo! And you guys hear a thunder of boots coming down a very, very short hallway. This is a small house. And a very burly boy of about 17 years of age or so comes through the door jamb, dipping as he comes through, almost like a squat, as he has a 3-year-old boy on his shoulders. And you realize that his footsteps sounded so loud because there's a pair of twin girls sitting and holding on to each of his legs.
Oh, real sick, huh?
holy shit, he's built like Theb.
Look over at Theb. Look at this kid.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing in my house?
We need to talk.
You need to get out. Yeah, sure. Let's step out, though.
That's fine.
He peels the kids off of him. Motions to the door. Let's go.
I follow, pinching my nose bridge and going, come on, man.
Call him out.
He does not walk out. He holds the door open for you guys. And as you guys cross over the threshold, he slams the door closed.
Rothon will immediately teleport before he closes it into the house.
I will run up onto the roof and jump into and run into the backyard.
As he slammed the door closed and turns around and sees you, he's like, what the frog legs?
We're gonna have a chat, kid. And he's just
The
kind
little
of
kids all scream and they're like, "Ah!" And he's just like, God damn it.
It's even worse because when Rothon teleports, he becomes slightly ethereal. So he's all even
He's
more
like a ghost.
ghostly looking. Yeah.
Is there a back
Yeah.
door?
So the kids all scream. There is a back door.
I'll
Someone
kick it in.
saying like the door's kind of. Oh shit! All right. Roll a strength check.
Ugh.
Oh god, time to fuck around.
Yeah. You kick it in. The back door enters into what looks to be probably the only bedroom of the house. There's a large bed in the corner of the room. There's what look to be 3 cots lined up, and then just various blankets thrown all over the floor. On the bed, there is a man who looks to be like late 40s, early 50s, just laying down, staring at the ceiling.
Is he alive?
And as you kick the door, the woman who answered the door walks in, stares at you for a moment, and just goes and lays down on the bed, staring at the ceiling as well.
What the fuck?
There's something wrong here.
Oh, my real life brain is screaming because I know what it is.
I'm gonna go take a look at the parent or the adults.
Okay.
And Quaint to be playing with the kids.
The kids are screaming terrified right now because a tall man who looks sort of like a ghost just appeared in their house from outside.
Okay, well, can Quaint to be trying to play with the kids?
Gotta get into the door.
That's easy.
Roll a persuasion to see if you
And-
can persuade them to
I
engage
can
with
deceive.
In the meantime,
Nope. you. Deception does not work in this one. Unless you're trying to tell them, yeah, that's definitely a ghost and scare them more, but, you know.
I don't know if it'll
Um,
help, but my character is also just gonna start using prestidigitation to clean the place up.
We're just walking around. This is dirty.
Don't mind
My
me.
character feels bad.
She's like Cinderella.
Very maid rule over here.
That was trying to get the kids to eat his. Okay,
It's-
never mind.
It's not Cinderella, it's Cinderua. Ha!
Cinderella, get out of
The
here!
kids are terrified, but then as soon as Quaint walks in, the 3-year-old and the 2 twin girls kind of scream with glee and run up to her. Oh, Dolly!
A dolly?
I'm
No idea what
perfectly
you
fine with this. Yeah, your mic cut out, but I'm pretty sure you
Oh,
said
yeah,
something about
sorry.
it's a dolly.
Dolly. Yeah, they think she's a live toy. And they are excited. And then the kids' attention immediately goes to that. Seeing that, I'll just say Theb badgers it up and walks in as a little badger and snuggles up with the other kiddos.
I
Providing.
feel like a mom. Hold up, wait. I don't like this.
I feel like
Why am
Theb
I
would
cleaning?
let them pet him and also lay on them to probably give some sort of deep pressure therapy or something.
He would
Sounds
probably
right.
ask if they want fruits.
Oh, you know what? That's right. Yeah. So Theb will come in as his normal self and then be like, "Hey, want a berry?" And just hand berries
Want a
out
tiny
to all the
banana?
kids. Tiny banana? And they're like, "What the fuck is a tiny banana?" And then they all are so entranced by the little owl and just tiny bananas.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Oh God. So Kane.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Kane is in the back room. Milo's kind of standing there looking at Rothon. He's like, just a second, and he like observes the kids and makes sure that like they're safe. When Theb offers a berry, he's like, "Give me one first." Eats the berry and then or the little banana and says the kids can have it too. He was more concerned about making sure the kids were safe and comfortable before continuing the conversation with you, Rothon. So during that time, Kane came through the back door. The mom came and laid down, and they're just staring at the ceiling.
I'm just gonna look them over and see if I see anything out of the ordinary.
They both look very dirty, like they haven't bathed in a long time. Their clothes are rumpled, as if they've just been wearing the same thing, and their eyes are kind of lidded. They're conscious, but they don't react to your presence at all.
Hmm.
There's no obvious wounds. They're both alive.
Okay. And the male, his eyes are open.
Yes.
Okay.
You can see his chest moving up and down with his breath.
I'm going to cast sleep on them.
Okay. Yep, they both fell asleep.
That's all I'll do for now.
Okay. Are you just gonna wait in this room?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So we'll jump over to Rothan and Milo. Once Milo settles down a little bit. What do you want?
We think you know something about a bit of a theft at the church.
Oh, what was stolen?
We're hoping you could tell us. And Rothan's gonna look specifically at his boots,
Mhm.
just to see if presumably the dirt.
It matches what you've
Okay.
seen. Yeah.
The shirt he's wearing, does it seem to have any obvious holes in it besides like ones that would look kind of like would match the cloth we found? I mean, I assume it already has holes in it as it is, but like something that looks like it's been ripped instead of just naturally worn down.
I'm assuming this is in terms of like matching the cloth fragment that you had,
Yeah,
right?
just to see if there's anything
Yeah.
that looks just as a like sort of
So he's wearing
glance
a
over.
thick pair of pants, and just a shirt, like just a regular shirt for now, that don't match the fabric that you
Okay.
found.
Roson's just gonna walk over to him. All right, look, we don't have time for this. We have got stuff to do. We know somehow you were involved. Maybe not, or maybe you just saw what happened, but we know that something was stolen from the church. Now, I don't want to guess your situation, but I can assume what's going on here. You're obviously the only one doing anything in this house. No offense to the kids, they can't do anything. But you're the only one actually being an adult, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else is going on. I don't know if you were coerced or just saw an opportunity. But we really need to get what was taken back to the church. So if you know what was taken, or if you have any information, we need to know it.
Look here, man. I don't know what you're talking about. You can't tell me specifically what was taken. I don't know what direction to point you in. Only thing I can tell you is that a few days ago, like maybe 2 days ago, there was some sort of dude in a cloak watching the church. He was tall, slim. I didn't see too much of him. Just that he kind of had like his nose was really pointed. It was kind of big. But He had a beard. That's about it.
Mhm. Insight check, because that sounds. Sorry, I didn't mean to insta roll it.
No, you're good. You're good.
Because it's
He's
so
definitely
shaky as
speaking
fuck.
too quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. So pointed nose, beard. You said he was wearing what again?
Some sort of cloak.
Cloak. Okay.
It had a hood pulled over his head.
Where did you see him about?
I was trimming the headstones. He was kind of outside. Not necessarily like right next to the church. There's kind of a gap between the houses next to the church and the gate. He was kind of standing over there, just staring at the church.
Okay, in the area near the houses, right? Not near the forest or the trees.
Yeah, not near the trees.
Okay. Do you go over near the tree area a lot?
No,
No. Okay.
no, I just take care of the hedges.
All right. Uh,
The headstones.
let me ask you something. So we found something odd over there,
Yeah.
and I noticed something odd here. So you say you never go over to where the trees are.
Nah.
Over. Then the dirt that's over there, or pollen, or
Uh-huh.
whatever it is, why is it all over your boots? We found the exact same dirt, pollen, whatever you want to call it, right where the items that was taken.
He looks
I
down
mean,
and
if
goes, shins the knees.
what do you say?
Shins the knees.
Bends the knee.
Shins, like
Oh.
He was
like
going to
your
say
shin.
shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was real confused for a second. I'm like, what?
All right. He kind of takes a step towards you, not in an intimidating or threatening manner. But you can tell by his body language, he like turns his shoulders so he's facing away from the kids.
Yep.
Look. Yeah. The boy there, I talked to him a lot. He's had a rough time. He watched both of his parents die. It was pretty bad. They were out hunting or something. I don't know the details of it. But I'm the only person he talks to other than father. So I try to make a point to see him when I can. Not a religious guy, but I'll go in for the sermons just to have a moment to let him know there's people here for him if he needs it. I came in. It was one of those times I just wanted to check in on him, and he was laying down on the ground. He got really flustered and ended up telling me that he was looking at some bones. I mean, I didn't think anything of it. I was at the Blue Water Inn about 2 days ago, having a drink before I went home, and I was talking to Henrik, and just, it was a funny situation. Thought he'd get a kick out of it. Most of the time you walk in on a young boy and he's all jumpy. He doesn't necessarily tell you he's looking at bones, if you know what I mean. Henrik seemed interested in it. I kind of told him about him, and he asked me to steal him. Told me that he'd pay me. I didn't want to at first, but the deal was a lot better than I could refuse.
I get it.
50 gold will go a long way.
Hot damn. You said 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand coming from what I'm seeing here. I understand the temptation.
Yeah, it's a lot of mouths to feed, but
Yeah,
and he leans a little closer to you. Just don't mention to anybody. I have the gold hiding. I have to keep it hidden. I can't use it all at once. I can't buy a bunch of food. I have to be smart about this, otherwise it's going to be gone.
I don't care about the gold. We
All
just
right.
want to get, honestly, we just want to get the bones back, so that way the church can be protected. That's what they were there for.
You believe in all that? It's just an old relic. All that other stuff's fairy tales. What does it matter if some bones are gone?
Things have power. Objects have power. Especially holy relics have a lot of power. We have experience in this sort of thing. So they might just look like bones to you, but honestly, they could probably save all of you. Or at least be able to assist in the channeling of the divine. Does that make sense?
Whatever you say, man. I don't have time to think about all those
No,
what
I
ifs and
I understand
divine
your situation. I get it. Now,
and
where can we find this? Is it Henrik?
yeah, he's the coffin maker of the town. Like, man, I already told you too much. I don't
That's
want him
no,
coming back for me.
I get it.
Trying to take the money back.
Pardon me.
We need this. Um,
Do
you,
you have any?
you can talk to the
Go.
father. He'll show you where Henrik's shop is. I can't leave right now, but I would really appreciate it if you would send him my apologies.
Just that's fine. I'm sure he'll understand the situation. I mean, he knows your living situation, presumably.
Yeah.
So I think the father will probably understand.
All right.
Um,
Well, yeah, let him know I'll be back at work tomorrow.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you have any way of defending yourself here at the house?
He just looks down at his
Sword,
ripped ass biceps.
dagger, anything?
Super ripped.
He's yoked.
I'm just asking in general, just as a
As the
question.
groundskeeper, you with what the father said about only the three of them, you can gather with his upper body strength. He's also the person who digs the graves.
Yeah,
Really good with a shovel.
Yeah, I got a shovel.
that's good. I'm gonna say if you didn't have anything, I could give you something, but that's fine. Clearly, you don't need it.
No,
Just in case this Henrik does hear back, and you know,
he's an older man. Physically, he can't do anything to me, but I just don't need him saying anything to the Baron and
Yeah.
having me taken away.
do you know anything more about this Henrik we should know about? Anything off? Anybody he talks to?
He's a little bit of an eccentric old man. His line of work, most people don't really like it. Uh, he he kind of keeps to himself for the most part. I was pretty surprised to see him over at the inn, which is why I went and was chatting with him. No
Is there,
kids, no wife. It's just him alone.
do you know of this last question? Do you know of any possible reason he would want these other than, being a general loner slash gravekeeper?
I don't know. I mean, he's the coffin maker. I'm sure he needs bones for some reason.
It's just a question, that's all. Alright, well, I'll let you get back to it. Rothon will take out the piece of bread that the father gave him and just say, here, it's not much, but we don't really need it right now, so we got that over there and can make food.
Thanks, man.
I get it.
Sorry about when you came. Wasn't very hospitable. Just
Look, man, with your situation, I get it. You're literally the only adult here, from what I can tell. Just based off our first interaction with, I'm gonna guess your mother? Something?
yeah, her.
Alright. Well, good luck to you, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
the info.
You too.
And then Rothon's just kind of like motions for everybody that we're kind of leaving.
At that moment, he
Oh.
turns around and holds the bread that you gave him up. Hey, kids, who wants some?
Doesn't Theb have like more leftover berries that he can leave
Yeah, he
too?
makes more every night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he'll leave all except 10, which is quite a bit. And I'm sure he'll give Milo the rundown of one berry feeds you for an entire day. They lose their potency. And the kids, although their stomachs are full from the berries and they're satiated, it's clear that they don't get a lot of
Nutrients?
they don't get a lot of food. So like having bread is like this is like a treat to them. It's almost as if you like handed them like a kid cake or ice cream. They're just delighted. He turns as the kids come rushing up, gives kind of a hard look down to the hall, nods his head really quick, and then walks off. This house is like basically like a one bedroom, like a junior bedroom. So it has a bedroom, but the living room and kitchen is all one room. So moves over to the other side of the room where the table is and starts breaking down the bread into different chunks. Almost sizes it per like the kids' needs and stuff. Parsing it out to the kids. Does not leave any for himself.
What a good kid.
As soon as everybody's outside. So we got to go speak to a coffin maker.
What?
So while we're sort of walking and talking, presumably, we got to go back to the church and talk to the father first. But it looks like the creepy old coffin maker paid that kid 50 gold to steal these bones. Which to me seems kind of like a lot for a coffin maker. said he was over at the tavern having a drink after work after he had, caught some Yeska.
Yes, good. Yeah.
When he caught Yeska, I guess taking a look at the bones and thought it was a funny story, and then one thing led to another. The coffin maker was like, "Hey, I'll give you 50 gold to steal that," and 50 gold's 50 gold. It doesn't exactly seem like the religious type, so it's not really a hurtful thing in his eyes, I guess. That makes sense.
Hmm. Go talk to the. How do you spell his name?
Coffin maker?
Yeah.
Hercules?
Hercules,
Henrik.
Hercules.
Henrik.
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 Heinrich or Henrik?
Henrik. Henrik.
Gotcha.
Damn, I was so close. R-I-C-K. We should talk to the father first. Considering we don't know where Henrik is.
That's probably a good call. I say as I exit the house
All right.
after you guys.
Any screams that came from the house after we exited?
No.
No.
You just stayed behind to murder all the children and let Milo live his life.
Get rid of those pesky
I was
brats.
spacing out. What?
Where are the parents?
Nothing.
You're gonna do the what
Oh.
now?
Nothing. All right. You guys head back to the church. At this point, with the back and forth, it's coming to about midday, I'd say. You guys get to the church just in time to see
Zombies.
zombies. The father is sitting in one of the back pews with Yeska. They have a few books around them. And you can hear Yeska sounding words out. But as soon as he sees you guys, he gets quiet, closes the book, and just puts his head down. There are some slight sobs heard.
From the kid?
Yep.
Damn, Quaint, what'd you do to him?
A girl never tells.
Whoa.
No, I don't think I want to know.
That might mean something a little bit different on this side of the wherever you're from. Father.
Oh, hi. Were you able to find them?
Working on it. Where's the coffin maker?
Henrik?
Uh-huh.
He's on the other side of town.
Oh my god.
Did he do this?
We don't know. That's what we're trying to find out.
Well, Henrik is a bit of a shut-in. He's an eccentric man.
They always are.
Comes out very occasionally. You know what? Let me show you where the shop is. I'll walk you there, and maybe having me with you guys, he'll be more likely to open the door for you.
That works. I gone over one roof today.
What?
Nothing. Let's go.
All
It's
right.
gonna be
Um,
awkward.
We're gonna head over. The coffin shop is actually within the stockyard, kind of set off from the rest of town. I guess it's easier for him to just get the lumber directly from the yard and not have to move it around too far.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry, I can't get over coffin shop. That just sounds really funny to me.
Coffin
Just-
shop.
Coffin shop.
It sounds really funny. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go to the coffin shop.
You know, peruse.
You know, no big deal.
My
Maybe
coffin put on
we'll sit
layaway.
down out. Yeah, sit down outside, have a muffin. You know,
Yeah.
it
It's
just
like
sounds
the first time I was in Costco and saw them selling coffins. I was like, the fuck?
Never seen that before. I wouldn't surprise. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Ooh, coffins are expensive as shit.
But he leads you guys back through the town, traveling along the main road. At one point, this strange little old man just calls out, "I'm better now. Thanks. See ya."
Not better.
Kind of waddles away. Quaint, you recognize him. And then you guys get to the stockyard, make your way through. There's like piles of lumber, there's all these different crates, and then as you reach kind of more towards the back, there's various wagons. It looks like people probably use it as like a storage for like their traveling caravans or wagons and stuff. Um, and you guys get to the back corner of the stockyard. A lone building sits there, its entrance facing the yard itself, and peeling paint flakes off the wooden exterior, while each window is a lattice work of iron fitted with squares of frosted glass. There's a sign that hangs over the door, no words on it, it's just in the shape of a coffin, and it kind of creaks within the breeze. Father just looks up at the house. All right, well, just don't like sneak around or anything. Kind
Huh?
of eyes you guys. You said something about roofs earlier. I don't know what you guys are doing. I
It was
don't
an aggressive move. It wasn't
to know.
sneakily. Don't worry.
Don't want to know. Just he has trust issues already. So
Quick question. Is there anything
Yeah.
we need to know about him? Like anything just we already understand he's a little off. Is there anything that makes him like excessively weird or off?
I think I think he's got a little bit of agoraphobia going on. Apparently he was out a couple days ago, which I don't know how much of that is rumor or not. He's generally a shut-in. Doesn't have any family, so to speak. I guess it's easy to consider them a little bit off when they spend most of their time with the dead, right?
Is it good business being a coffin maker here?
He stays in business, unfortunately, yes. We do the best that we can, but supplies aren't always enough. Some people get sick. Some people don't get the things that they need. We've had wolf attacks, hence all the guards. It's just, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, hopefully he has some answers and we can return the bones and everything will be okay. Takes a big breath. Walks up the stairs and they creak. Knocks on the door. And that's where we'll end the session.
Just a bunch of zombies in there.
The door's a mimic.
Hey, Quaint!
This fool gonna be a goddamn necromancer or some shit.
Do 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 do.
I should probably play.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, everybody.